Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
To throw is Ward on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there on the first play of the game.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 84 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Throw left side, caught here by Ward. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll lead here to a third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to throw again. That's Ward, complete right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. It's a big play there for Miami. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to help complete that play.
On 1st and 10, Ward. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Eaton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Ward now on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Eaton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, it's Ward. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 2nd down now, it's Ward pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on third down, Eaton. Looking deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Miami set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Here's Ward on 3rd and 2. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the ground with Ward. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you,
To watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. On first down, Ward.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
On second down, it's Ward. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Are you kidding me? 78. 84.
On third down, Turner, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Turner, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on first down. Eaton, he'll get this to Ward. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On third down, Eaton. That's complete to Ward. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it fourth down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also...
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On first down, Eaton. He finds his man, complete. That's Ward. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first and 10, Eaton. He finds his man, complete. That's Ward. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Eaton. He finds his man, complete. It's Ward. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Ward. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Ward. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. To throw on second down. Eaton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. The Lions find a way to stay alive in the playoff race, but at 5-7 now, they can't afford any more slip-ups to even have a chance. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. The Pats want to throw their hat in the ring as Super Bowl contenders as they up their mark to 8-4 on the year. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And this one nearly picked off.
Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To throw on 3rd down. Eaton, he finds his man, complete. That's Ward. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A good gain on 1st, has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run the counter. Turner, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Stevens. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On 3rd down, Turner, and boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd down and 7.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 34.
Where are you going?
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. 56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Ward. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Eaton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ward.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on 1st down, Eaton. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Now Ward. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throw left side complete. That's Ward. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short.
Just unbelievable. What are you doing?
It's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. On 1st down, it's Turner. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner.
And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Stevens. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st down, Eaton. He finds his man, complete. It's Ward. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Eaton. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year.
And the Dolphins are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eaton got his man complete over the middle. That's Miles. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, this game was certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there,
How are they keeping me there?
felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Miles. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Eaton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call...
This is a fucking running back.
plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And taken right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd down, Turner. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here we go. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Wide, get wide. Hey, check 20.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.